The final stretch of One Piece has begun, and just as we had several confrontations in the Egghead arc, we might see more in the upcoming arcs. In this video, I want to discuss a potential clash between great swordsman, the world's greatest swordsman, Dracula Mihawk, versus Admiral Fujitora. Let's talk about this after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I wanted to evaluate possible confrontations in this final stretch of One Piece, and I wanted to start with a match that would certainly be interesting for many. Oh, and don't forget to like the video to help with engagement. So let's get started. Let's start by evaluating the Part 1. Is it time for the return? Right off the bat, we know that both Mihawk and Fujitora are men of honor, following the Bushido Code, just like Zoro. Besides, both are quite intriguing characters. Mihawk harbors a grudge against the Marines, having suffered a betrayal in the past. We know that he once hunted Marines, earning the nickname Marine Hunter. This creates an interesting parallel with Zoro, who was a pirate hunter, and in a way had an indirect grudge against pirates. His father, Arashi, was killed by them. Ironically, Zoro became a pirate despite initially hunting them, while Mihawk, seeking peace, ended up allying with the world government as a Shichibukai. Could Mihawk's grudge against the Marines be due to the loss of a close relative or friend to them? What would have led him to become a Marine hunter and pursue them without mercy? We already know that Fujitora blinded himself after witnessing the atrocities committed by the world government in the name of justice. He also opposed the Shichibukai system from the start. I believe that Mihawk, who mercilessly hunted Marines, becoming a Shichibukai was one of the many actions of the world government that led Fujitora to self-inflicted blindness. It's similar to what Zephyr faced in the movie Z, losing his family and later his comrades to a pirate who became a Shichibukai. I think it's possible that Fujitora suffered a similar fate, but instead of leaving the Marines, he sought to rise to a higher position, like Smoker, to have decision-making power and impose his own form of justice. This brings us to the timely World Military Draft, which introduced Ryokugyu and Fujitora as new admirals, replacing Akainu and Aokiji. It is said that Mihawk is clairvoyant, meaning he sees everything, while Fujitora is someone who deliberately blinded himself. I think this is an interesting contrast. Another curious point about Mihawk comes from a One Piece game, where one of his abilities is to deflect all attacks launched at him. However, I understand that game abilities should not be considered for this type of analysis. Zoro's first encounter with Fujitora showed him deflecting and nullifying Fujitora's gravity to launch a slashing attack. Similarly, Zoro deflected an aerial attack to save the Sunny from Kaku. I believe Zoro might be trying to replicate Mihawk's ability to deflect attacks. Mihawk is considered inhuman, which, in my opinion, means he shows no weakness in battle, even under pressure. This would also explain why he can deflect any attack, perhaps even a gravitational blade. On the other hand, Fujitora shows his human and true perspective when fighting, as he did in Dressrosa. I believe this creates a good contrast with their fighting styles. Fujitora also relies heavily on his observation haki, while Mihawk is possibly one of the best users of this type of haki we've seen. In Marineford, when almost everyone was surprised to see Shanks appear out of nowhere, Mihawk was the only one who wasn't surprised. I believe Shanks used his advanced observation haki ability to nullify people's perception in Marineford, leaving them shocked. There are other reasons that would motivate them to fight. Fujitora played a significant role in abolishing the Shichibukai system, which directly affected Mihawk's peace. Additionally, Mihawk allied with Crocodile because, like him, he trusts no one. Since the Cross Guild and its strongest swordsmen are direct consequences of Fujitora's actions, it would make sense for Akainu to hold him responsible for it. It's possible that he received the new mission to deal with the Cross Guild. Fujitora's sword is a supreme-grade blade with a strong connection to the Yakuza, the underworld of Japanese culture. The Cross Guild's operations also closely resemble the Mafia. Their connections might be deeper than we imagine. To avoid expectations of a one-hit resolved fight, let me make it clear that this would not be the case. Unlike Shanks, Mihawk doesn't use all his strength in the first attack, measuring the necessary power. Personally, I'd prefer to see a decent sword duel before Mihawk's victory, which would help us better understand both characters. I believe this confrontation is much more interesting than Mihawk versus Sengoku. Additionally, we have the case of the three Seraphim, important resources of the world government and Marines sent to attack Buggy's island. I believe Mihawk has already dealt with them or will soon, which could provoke retaliation from Fujitora. But what about you? Would you like to see this fight in the final arc? Leave your comments below. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. See you next time, and thank you.